What's up, Lunker League? So I'm back out here this morning to give this spot a try. I know I've been out here a lot, but check this spot out. So it's an ever-changing environment. In fact, check my videos from about a year ago and you'll see there's absolutely no vegetation out in the middle. They had vegetation around the edges and it was a completely different fishery. So I want to go ahead and give this one a shot. What I have right now is I got on a chatterbait, I got a jig, and I got a drop shot. So I'm gonna start with the chatterbait. Last time I was out here, I was going with a spinnerbait. It was overcast day, wasn't a lot of wind, but that spinnerbait has proven successful out here when those conditions are similar. Not as cold, but with the big blades it has on there, you can definitely feel the vibration in the water. But with the chatterbait, you get a tighter wobble. So we're gonna go ahead and check this out. Let's go. All right, so here's a close-up of the chatterbait. It's original Z-Man chatterbait, white and chartreuse. Hopefully it can get noticed out here. There's a lot of grass out here too. I'm gonna try to work this section really good here. Not back as far as I want it to get. Pretty clear water, not a lot of movement. Many times it was this area here holding the fish. I see a little bit of bubbling activity there, but all right, and this is where it gets tricky, folks, because in here should be some fish. All in here is where we were catching fish just a few weeks ago, and then all that moved into here or is moving back out this way. So let's go ahead and try to jig out. It's a nice compact jig, so I'm surprised I'm not really getting any sort of activity or bite. May not be moving it as slow as I need to. I'm going to start figuring out these little areas here. All right, so I'm gonna go with the drop shot. I got this 1/4 ounce on. Let's see what kind of effect that has in the grass here. So I'm gonna start just close here. Curious, I've released so many fish in this area that it's interesting to me that there's none here. I wonder if lighter would help. So I got the Margarita Mutilator on here. I'm really thinking that should help. All right, folks, so I've got a slim shake on and I've got a drop shot. So we're gonna go ahead and get started.
You're the guy, are you the guy that's always putting videos on TV, on YouTube?
I am.
All right, I've watched you. I'm Robbie.
I'm Kermit.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I watch you and the Bearden dudes.
Oh, outdoor bearding.
Yeah.
I like those guys.
But you know what? That kills me because every time you guys come out here and tear them up, I come out within a couple days. I do the same thing you guys are doing. I don't give a crap. I always see you getting them over there along that bank.
Yeah.
It'd be fun to watch you get those. Are you going out on the boat today?
Don't own a boat.
No, you don't.
No.
You do all the catch all them fish without a boat?
Yes, sir. What I noticed, extremely low. So water's normally up by that tree. It's a little thicker in these areas. I haven't noticed those two boulders before. So what we're gonna do is get right out here in this area. Try one more time out here, and then we'll move down a little. All right, folks, I'm gonna give this shot one more whirl here. It seems like there's some hang-ups right there. What I thought was fish, but I just gotta be careful. All right, I gotta hit some other areas here. Hit those spots. I gotta hit some spots I didn't hit. See how it turns out. All right, folks, so I noticed a lot of wood over here. So what I wanna see is if I can get a jig out there and if this jig will somehow make a difference. So it's definitely a little bit heavier. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and give this place a shot. We're just gonna see how it goes. Wow, actually slipping. So what's up, guys? I'm out here trying to figure this out. I figured I would get to an area where it's steep. So if you look behind me, super steep. So it should go straight down steep. So by the time I get out here, there should be some deep area for fish. And hopefully there'll be some fish right out there. I landed in a tree. There's a lot of trees, a lot of laydowns in here. I can feel them. There we go. There we go. Oh, 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 oh. Ooh, just got my reel really muddy. Let's put this right here for a moment. All right, let me rinse them off a little. So he hit pretty quick. All right, folks, there we go. There we go. Never been over here in this area, so pretty excited that I actually caught a fish. All right, let's get a good release on him. Look how clear this water is. So you see him go right back down in there. Nice. What's up, Lunker League? I got the littlest lunker with me right now. She didn't want to let daddy go, so we're hanging out. I got to get this information out to you right off the bat. I want to wish you guys, hope you guys had a very good holiday. As we get rolling to the new year, I know everybody's making preparations for that. I managed to sneak out a few times, and it was quite a grind. We had a lot of weather changes, meaning swings in the very cold, having rain on and off throughout the day, sunny, overcast. So your typical winter. Not complaining because we do get the opportunity to fish out here. But what that meant is I needed to cover a lot of ground. I went to SpotX. That water is so low at this point that really you're just trolling grass. I know there's a few other things I want to try, but I tried a jig, I tried a Texas rig, again the weightless Senko, chatterbait. So really been trying to mix it up and get some success out there. From there I went to Banos Creek, a reservoir. So interested in my rods, which she'll have one day too. I'm gonna make her a monster and beat the pants off these guys out here. After going to Banos Creek Reservoir, I really had to hunt around. I decided to just get on the trail over there and work it out and just go along that shoreline area where I could see steep drop-offs leading to the trees. Gambled to see if they were going to be on the side of the trees facing the bank, and got fairly successful with that. I think that pattern is about maybe 10 to 15 feet. I have to do a lot more research on counting down my line. I would say that that's something I've been thinking about, but probably not that great at. So I'm imagining about 10 or so feet off the bank, especially if it's steep and there's some cover there. So with that, moving along, I really only ended up with one that I got to the shore. I had a few other bites as I went out. It seems like the worm of choice at this point has been the Morning Dawn overall. And that's on the drop shot. I haven't seen much else being successful for me at this point. Only thing I've seen for other people is live bait when it comes to the shore. Of course, when they're offshore, then they're using Texas rigs, they're using wacky rig Senkos, because they have that ability to fish around that cover on the outside of that cover. With us, I found out there is a lot of timber on that shoreline from about, I'd say, anywhere from like 30 feet in or even 40 feet in. A lot of timber, a lot of cover. So what I've seen happen is you got to work that bait down in there. I've missed a few fish, thinking it was my weight banging up against the getting hung up on the branches down there. Turns out I got a fish on there and I didn't get a good hook on them. That happened to me twice. Didn't get a good hook in either one of them, or they were short striking it, because it looked like I had one that was ripped in half. So it was on the front part of the hook and then a snap in the middle, but then of course it was over by the hook end, the second half of it. Very strange. So either they were very much short striking or I was not getting a good hook set. I've always seemed to get a good hook set with those rebarb hooks, and running my medium heavy, I haven't had a problem to date. But I had two that I just couldn't figure out. So if you've been here this long, thanks for tuning in. Stay out there on that winter grind. Hunt those bass down. Don't settle for another species if you love bass. Don't let them tell you that. Keep grinding, learn more, and over time, you'll be more and more consistent to where you don't even have to think of another species if that's not what you want to catch. Thanks for tuning in to Largemouth Lunkin', and stay tuned for the next one.